Hey everyone, welcome to this video tutorial on how to create a vehicle that you can use in Unreal Engine 4. Now to get started, you're going to have to go online and find a few images of a vehicle that you'd like to use. So in my case, I looked for a Subaru Impreza and I found a side view of the vehicle as well as a front view. So that's what you're going to need as well. So go ahead, pause this video and go online and find two images and save them somewhere where you will be able to locate them. Okay, once you've done that, go ahead and open up Maya. You should be on the default perspective view at the start, but I just want you to press space, go over to your front view, and then press space again. And to get your image onto your front view, you're just going to go to View, Image Plane, and then Import Image. Then go ahead, find your image wherever it's at, and click on it so that it appears on Maya. Now, by default, your image is going to be in the center of the plane, like somewhere like so, but you want it to be behind your object. So make sure that you select the image and then press W on your keyboard so that you can push it to the background. And if you notice on the front view, it doesn't move at all, even though we are moving it in the perspective view. Okay, now that we've done that, I'm going to press spacebar and head back to the front view. And we're going to approach this very similar to how we approached the animals in an earlier tutorial. We're going to start with a polygon, so I'm going to select a square. I'm going to drop that in the middle, and then I'm going to smooth it out one time. So let me click the smooth tool. I'm going to use the scale key R while it's selected to kind of scale this up, okay? And then our goal is essentially to have this encompass the entire vehicle. So it's not going to be perfect, but we need this to cover the entire surface area of the vehicle in order to get something that kind of looks like a car, but definitely could be polished the more time you put into it. So let's go to our mesh tools, insert edge loop, and just drop in a few edge loops near the center. So one on that side and one on this side. Then I'm going to go back to my select tool, right click, and go to Vertex Mode. Select that. And now I'm going to select half the vehicle. Press my W key. I'm just going to kind of stretch this out for the length of the vehicle. It's going to encompass everything, literally. And then I'm going to go to the other side, select those vertices, everything but that middle line, and I'm going to stretch this out. Okay, so right now we don't have much of a vehicle. We just have like the area that it's covering. So if we look, it's essentially a tube. Okay, not very vehicle looking at the moment. But now what we can do is add in some more edge loops and hopefully be able to create the vehicle. So the image in the back is kind of hard to see, so let's go ahead and adjust that. Go over to your shading options and let's click wireframe mode, but wireframe mode isn't that good, so let's go ahead and try X-ray. Okay, so X-ray is better, and it's kind of showing us the vehicle in the background, but also like we can see what we need to essentially edit. And we're going to add in more edge loops to make the vehicle kind of make sense. So like, let me explain what that means. Like over here, we got this transition, it's turning, but clearly you can't turn with a straight line, but we could probably turn about here. So I'm going to add an edge loop over there. Then I'm going to add an edge loop there because I'm trying to imagine what or how this is turning over here. So how many edge loops we're going to need. And it's kind of a little bit of guesswork, but it's also just kind of thinking about the vehicle. Like this line is straight, okay? It could travel the entire length of that. Yeah, it kind of can, so I could probably let that one be, okay? And the more edge loops you put in early on, the better this will turn. Like this, if this is just a strictly straight line, there might be some issues with it. So let me put an edge loop there. And then I'm going to put one really close to it, just in case. We can always delete edge loops, so it doesn't hurt to add a few extra if you're uncertain. So that's gonna kind of go up there, push that up. I'm gonna throw an extra one over here. Okay, one over there. And I'm not really gonna use this like I don't know, shark fin thing in the back. I know people think it makes their cars look cooler, but it does not. It's pretty crappy looking. And yeah, I own this car, so I can confirm it looks pretty crappy if you put that on. But I'm not a car person, so whatever. Okay, let me put a couple more over here. I'm gonna kind of even this out a little bit. So it's a little hard to tell. This is so far away from the top of the vehicle or the hood that I'm just gonna throw in some more edge loops just in case I need them. Okay, so I think I got enough to essentially sculpt this vehicle now. So I'm going to go back to my select tool, over to vertex mode, and now let's go ahead and try to put this thing together. So the goal is to try to select the vertices you need and then kind of adjust the shape of it. You don't want any of them to overlap, so if you feel like they're going to overlap, like if I went cross here, you see how these are overlapping, then that's a problem. So anywhere where you suspect it's about to overlap, just let it go, reposition, find the vertices you want to select, and then move them, okay? And it's trial and error. It's also practice. If you keep practicing, you will improve at this. I haven't been at this that long, which I'm sure you're going to be able to tell when you see the end result of this vehicle. But, you know, I was much worse at it at the start, and now I'm just bad at it. Okay. Let's go ahead, select all of these ones up here, push those all down. Yeah, and you can already tell, like, I might have too many edge loops because I could go pretty far down with this, but I can't cross there. So I got to keep that above. Just do my best to match the shape. Okay, so I could go maybe about that far. Yeah, this is not a lot. I just see those crossing, so let's see if I could select and delete those, but to no avail at the moment. Just got to be careful. Let's go into edge mode, and let's double click on an edge and press the delete. So you can delete edges by double clicking on them and then pressing delete. So what you just saw was me selecting an edge, pressing delete, because it was there's so many vertices there, vertexes, that I couldn't push it in anymore without it overlapping. And if it overlaps, then it just ruins everything. So yeah, like there, you could see that overlap. You want to avoid that. So okay, so you can go ahead and continue this. I will see you in my next video. I'm just gonna continue to work on this, so you don't actually need to watch me do the entire thing. If you want to, I won't stop you, but I'm gonna kind of go a little bit silent right now while I polish this up. Okay, and try to get these hollow over here as well, so that's gonna be tricky, but it should be doable. And I'll see you in my next video. Okay, peace.